This is why only a few people ever become truly rich. There is a question that has haunted humanity for centuries. Why do a few people rise from obscurity and build fortunes, influence nations, shape industries, and leave their names carved into history, while millions of others spend their entire lives chasing opportunities that never seem to arrive? Why do some people stand at the summit of achievement while others remain trapped at the base of the mountain, staring upward, wondering what secret path they failed to find? The answer is not luck. It is not talent. It is not education. And it is certainly not where you were born. Because history has already destroyed those excuses. A poor farm boy became one of the greatest presidents America ever knew. A deaf inventor illuminated the world. A young man who failed repeatedly in business created an automotive empire that transformed civilization. Again and again, history delivers the same message, yet most people refuse to hear it. The difference between those who become truly rich and those who remain ordinary is not found in their circumstances. It is found in the invisible world that exists inside their minds. Most people spend their lives searching for opportunity outside themselves. The few who become truly rich discover that opportunity is first created within. That is the dividing line. That is the invisible wall separating dreamers from builders. Because wealth is never born in the bank account. It is born in consciousness. Everything that exists around you right now was once nothing more than a thought. Every skyscraper. Every company. Every invention. Every fortune. Before it became physical reality, it existed as an image in someone's mind. And that is where the majority lose the game before it ever begins. They underestimate the power of thought. They treat their imagination as entertainment instead of creation. They allow doubt to occupy territory where vision should live. And slowly, without realizing it, they become prisoners of limitation. The world teaches people to be realistic. But history rewards those who were unrealistic enough to believe they could create what others could not see. When Thomas Edison imagined a world illuminated by electric light, most people thought the idea was impossible. When Henry Ford envisioned automobiles for ordinary families, experts laughed. When Walt Disney spoke about building an amusement kingdom unlike anything on earth, bankers dismissed him. The pattern never changes. The vision always appears foolish before it becomes obvious. And that is why only a few people ever become truly rich. Because only a few are willing to protect a vision before evidence appears. Most people require proof before belief. The wealthy believe before proof. That single distinction changes everything. The average person looks at present circumstances and decides what is possible. The extraordinary person looks beyond present circumstances and decides what must become possible. One is reacting to reality. The other is creating it. And creation always belongs to those who see further than everyone else. Look closely at the lives of the world's greatest achievers. You will discover something fascinating. Their wealth did not begin with money. It began with certainty. An unwavering conviction that refused to surrender when conditions became difficult. A certainty that survived criticism. A certainty that survived failure. A certainty that survived years of visible disappointment. Because every great fortune is first tested in darkness. Before success becomes visible, it demands proof of commitment. The world asks a question. How badly do you want it? Not when conditions are favorable. Not when applause is loud. Not when progress is easy. But when doors remain closed. When results are invisible. When doubt whispers through every quiet moment. Most people quit. There. They retreat to safety. They lower their expectations until disappointment no longer hurts. They exchange possibility for comfort. And in doing so, they unknowingly abandon the very path that could have transformed their lives. The truly rich think differently. They understand something most people never learn. Temporary defeat is not failure. It is information. It is feedback. It is instruction. Failure becomes fatal only when a person allows it to redefine their identity. A setback is an event. Defeat becomes permanent only when it becomes a belief. That distinction has separated the wealthy from the ordinary throughout every generation. Because life will challenge every dream, every ambition, every worthy goal. Not to destroy it, but to strengthen the person pursuing it. Steel is forged through fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Great fortunes are built through adversity. The process has never changed. And it never will. The people who become truly rich eventually realize that obstacles are not interruptions to success. They are success. Every challenge contains a lesson. Every delay contains preparation. Every difficulty contains hidden strength waiting to emerge. Yet most people spend their energy resisting the process instead of mastering it. They wish for easier conditions. But easier conditions rarely produce extraordinary people. History's greatest achievers were not created by comfort. They were created by necessity. They were shaped by struggle. They were refined through persistence. And somewhere along that difficult journey, they developed a level of mental strength that separated them from the crowd forever. Because the greatest asset any human being can possess is not money. It is not influence. It is not intelligence. It is the ability to maintain a clear vision while surrounded by uncertainty. That is rare. That is powerful. And that is where true wealth begins. Most people drift through life reacting to circumstances. The few who become truly rich decide where they are going before circumstances arrive. They possess clarity. Not vague wishes. Not casual hopes. Clarity. The kind of clarity that transforms a desire into a mission. And once a mission takes hold of the mind, something remarkable begins to happen. Energy becomes organized. Attention becomes focused. Opportunities become visible. Resources begin appearing where none seemed to exist before. Because the mind starts searching for evidence that supports its dominant vision. The world has not changed. The person has. And that changes everything.